Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Black Lotus back again with another video. For those of you that have been subscribed to my channel, thanks for coming back. For those of you that are new here, welcome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell button next to it so you can get notified every time I drop a new video. You can find me on Facebook under Black Lotus Psychic Medium if you like a personal reading. I have decided that I'm going to start doing some celebrity predictions, and the one that I've decided I'm going to start with is Nicki Minaj. I actually started receiving some information about her like back in August, so she definitely piqued my interest. So today I was like, you know what, let's just go ahead and dig a little deeper and see what 2019 is going to hold for her. I do feel like some of these events are going to kind of spill over into 2020, and you'll kind of get a better idea of what I'm talking about in a minute. So let's get into it. And before I start, I'd just like to apologize in advance. I know this video is going to be a little bit shaky. I managed to break my selfie stick, so I'm holding it, and I'm just going to do my best, so bear with me, please. So this first one, the Queen of Wands, this is Nicki. You know, this is a woman who is very fierce, very passionate. She's very loving. She's very attractive. You know, a lot of people are attracted to her, not just her looks, but her personality. The Queen of Wands is someone who is very family oriented, someone who will take care of her family, protect her family at all costs. She's very good with just taking on a lot of tasks at once. You know, she's just like, hey, I got to get it done. You know, I got to do this for my family. And, you know, she just takes it in stride. This is one of the first events. This is actually what came to me back in August, the Ace of Cups. Now, cups always represent emotions, and the ace always has to do with new beginnings. So I feel like this has to do with a child. I feel like she will be having a child, or getting pregnant rather, in 2019, and possibly giving birth in 2020. Now, don't quote me on this. I'm not the best with timelines, but I do believe she will be pregnant in 2019. So we'll kind of see how that plays out. The Two of Cups has to do with, again, you see the water, which has to do with emotions, you know, and the Two Faces. So this has to do with a relationship. I feel as though she is romantically involved with someone right now. She might not be public with it at the moment. I really don't know. I don't really follow too much about celebrities. I mean, stuff that's like big, you know, I see it, whatever, but I haven't really been following what's going on in her life. But I do feel as though she has someone that she's been dating, and I feel like their relationship is going to go to another level this year. I feel like they will be getting engaged soon and married. The marriage might not happen in 2019, but I feel like the engagement will. So I need to go back over here. I put the king next to the queen. This is the guy that is going to be in her life, or is in her life. This is the King of Swords. He's gonna balance her out, like for real. She's fierce. She's just like, you know, outspoken and all that. He's more laid back. He's more reserved. You know, he's kind of mysterious. He kind of has a powerful air about him, if that makes any sense. You know, he's not all out there with his emotions and such, but he definitely does display his love for her. And let me see, was there anything else? I feel like he's going to be very good for her. I feel like the balance is real. I feel like he is just what she needs. I feel like they will motivate each other, push each other, keep each other going. And I feel like he will be a good husband as well as a good father. So let's move on down. The Five of Wands, this is kind of you know, you can kind of see what's going on in the picture right here. This has to do with a petty dispute, a petty argument, just like foolish fighting and all the other stuff. I feel as though this has everything to do with the situation that's been going on with Cardi B. Personally, she also might be going through other situations, but I feel like this is, you know, what it's speaking of. The Ace of Swords. This has everything to do with inner strength. You know, she's kind of having to, she's trying to bite her tongue. She's trying to be the bigger person. Like, yes, I'm sure she's being a little petty here and there, but, you know, she's not indulging and just kind of lashing out like she was a few years ago. I feel like she's maturing as a person and, you know, just kind of trying to turn the page on some things. I feel like, you know, that's good. So, the Nine of Wands, this kind of has to do with her just kind of being tired. Not just physically, So yeah, she's physically tired, but I feel like this has more to do with, you know, she's just kind of mentally drained, you know, with all the work that she's got going on and some things that she's going through with her family and in her personal life and, excuse me, just kind of going and going and going for years. She's just kind of getting tired. And I feel like she almost got to the point where she was about to give up. Not give up completely on music, but she was just like, you know what, forget it. I am tired. I want to take a break. I don't want to do this right now. But I feel like she's going to keep going. She just kind of needed to fall back. She needed a break. And, you know, everybody needs a break sometimes. I totally understand. Next, we have the Two of Pentacles. And this kind of has to do with balance. And I do feel as though she's able to balance everything well. But I feel as though, you know, with the energy of this card, it's just kind of saying that she kind of needs to, you know, regroup. You know, she kind of needs some balance in her life. She needs to kind of, you know, recharge her battery, so to speak, and kind of eliminate some people from her life that are kind of throwing her off and draining her and, you know, clear some things from her mind that have been bothering her and stuff like that so that she won't be so overwhelmed, you know, if that makes sense. Next we have the Eight of Pentacles, and this usually comes up when someone is about to start a new job or open a new business. I feel like with Nicki, she's going to have a lot of different projects going on in this upcoming year. I feel like she's going to kind of branch out into other arenas, just like, you know, other celebrities do. Like she might, you know, go into clothing or acting or something like that. I feel like she's going to do a lot more than music this year. And I'm definitely looking forward to see which way she goes with that. This Nine of Pentacles has to do with success. As you can see, this lady's just like floating through her garden. She's happy. She's just, you know, checking out the fruits of her labor and just, you know, in a place of contentment. And I feel like, you know, that's where Nicki Minaj is. You know, it's not like she's not already successful. She's already there. She's already got the money. She's already got the fame, everything like that. But I feel like this year will be, I feel like she's going to come out with some more projects and, you know, as far as her music and, you know, other side ventures that she's going to be getting into that will kind of put her in a place where she can kind of go on cruise control for a minute. Next, we have the Chariot. And this card can have dual meanings. It kind of just means that she's going to be victorious. She's going to succeed over whatever challenges she's going through in her life. And I also feel like she's going to be doing some traveling. I don't know. I don't really feel like it's going to be related to her music necessarily. I feel like she just is going to probably go on vacation. She needs some time away, like I said before. Next is the Hierophant. And this also has some different meanings. Usually it means that the person in question is going to be receiving help from someone to kind of take their life in another direction or, you know, to another level and all that. I also do feel as though, you know, another meaning for this card is that she's kind of stuck in her ways, so to speak. And I feel like she's going to be challenged to kind of break out of her shell, enter into a place that's kind of unfamiliar, you know, kind of going outside of her comfort zone this year. And I feel like she's going to do very well. Let's move on over here to the next side. So we have here the Enchantment card. So that just kind of backs up the whole king and queen and then, you know, becoming engaged and all that. The Power card comes up, and I think that also has to do with her overcoming these petty disputes that she's going through, all this unnecessary fighting and shit. I'm sorry, and stuff. And, you know, the inner strength that she does have, she is doing her best to display that. You know, sometimes you show how powerful you are by not reacting. And I feel like, you know, like I said, she's becoming more mature and, you know, just kind of trying to become a different person. Next, we have the Surrender and Release. And I feel like this has to do with, like I said earlier, her letting go of things and people and situations in her life that no longer serve her, things that are draining her, taking up too much of her time, her energy, etc. And also, let me see, divine guidance. I feel as though, you know, this is no secret. Everyone has, you know, guardian angels, ancestors, excuse me, and, you know, basically a spiritual team that is watching out for them, kind of guiding them through life. I feel like Nicki is a spiritual person. I don't feel like she's religious. I feel like she's spiritual. I feel like she's in tune with her higher self. I feel like she lives with intention. She speaks things into existence. She manifests and all that other good stuff. And I feel like she is becoming more in tune with her higher self and, you know, her spirituality and, you know, as she embarks on this new chapter of her life and emerging. I feel like she is very similar to a caterpillar that's in a cocoon. I feel like she's about to emerge. She's going to be the same person. I just feel like she's becoming a better version of herself. So these two cards right here are past life cards. And I wanted to see who she was in a past life and how that might affect her in this life. So one of her past lives took place in Atlantis. So the way that that might affect her in this life, she might be scared of the water. She might not necessarily be so scared that she won't get in, but I feel like she might have a fear of drowning. And also she was a knight in one of her past lives. So that kind of would make sense for, you know, her great deal of masculine energy. And as well, you know, just the fact that she's so fierce and fearless. So yeah, all that definitely makes sense to me. Now we're going to go up here. This is the security card. She just kind of likes to feel secure, as anyone else would. I feel like she doesn't like to not know what's about to happen. She kind of likes to have everything laid out and know where she's going and know that everybody around her is on the same page and everything like that. This is basically, this could mean a breakup of some sort, but I feel like this, if you look at the picture right here, it kind of shows like this woman is turning her back on someone. Like he's trying to give her a flower and she's just not having it. So I feel like she's kind of let go of one situation because she's just like not really into it like that. And I feel like this is when she's going to meet this new gentleman, if she hasn't already. Oh, I got this one upside down. Good grief. This one, you know, pretty much self-explanatory. I feel like she's been feeling as though she's kind of fighting an uphill battle. This is the Clarity card. I feel like kind of some conflicting emotions that she's been experiencing have kind of clouded her judgment. You know, she hasn't been seeing things for what they are, but I feel like this is starting to happen. She's starting to see things for what they are. She's starting to see people around her for who they are. And I feel like that's kind of like why she's kind of turning her back. That's why she's surrendering and releasing certain people. This card right here is the Bad Habits card. Now, I'm not saying at all that she's on any drugs. I just feel like she's kind of had some bad habits that she's trying to let go of. This is the Healthier Choices card. I feel like she will definitely start eating better, but I don't feel like those are the choices I'm talking about. I feel like, excuse me, I feel like it has to do with, you know, her choices as far as being more mature, making better decisions, kind of being the bigger person, just kind of turning her back on that person that she was. I feel like we're going to start seeing a slow but steady transformation in her. This is the Home card. I feel like this also has two different meanings. I feel like she is going to want to spend more time at home and just kind of surrounded by family, and she also might be relocating, as this Chariot indicated. You know, this is travel, but I feel like she's going to be maybe looking at a new house soon. I'm not sure. Let's see what else. The rainbow. You know, just as a rainbow is in nature, it just kind of symbolizes a happy ending, a better outcome. You know, better things are ahead for her. I feel like she's had a lot of struggles in the past, you know, mostly with her family, you know, her brother and things like that. And I just feel like things are just going to kind of become more peaceful for her in this year. The Whitney Houston card kind of has to do with, I feel like, what's a good word? Potential that is not being used. I feel like she is kind of unhappy because she's not at her full potential at this point. I feel like there's so much more that she wants to do. I feel like she wants to be more creative and have more power over her creative vision, and I just feel like that is one of her main frustrations. Now, if you look over here, we have the Marriage card. So I'm feeling like she definitely will be becoming engaged in this year. This is the David and Goliath card. I feel like there's been some situations going on in her personal life, some inner conflict that she's been going through that at one point she felt was a lot bigger than her. I feel like she felt like she wasn't going to be able to overcome them, but she definitely is. This is the graduation card, but I don't feel as though it has to do with school. I feel like it just kind of has to do with her, oh god damn the fly. I feel like it has to do with her just kind of going to a new level emotionally and spiritually, and, you know, with her career and everything like that. This is the, I guess you could say, investigation card. I feel like she's starting to really take a better look at herself and the people around her, and kind of analyzing the situation that she's currently in. And I feel like she's kind of sifting through and finding out that some people just aren't for her. You know, not to say that they're bad people, they just don't really resonate with her, and that's totally fine. This is the Justice card. So I kind of feel like this also has to do with the Cardi B situation. I feel like as long as Nicki kind of continues to try to be mature and, you know, be the bigger person and, you know, not indulge so much in all the drama, I feel like, you know, this whole situation will kind of end with her in a better light, if that makes sense. Card, and I feel like one of her fears just kind of is that her career is kind of starting to fizzle away, which isn't the case. I feel like this year she's gonna kind of reinvent herself, and so she really has nothing to worry about but right now anyway. So I feel like she should just kind of hang in there and keep pushing, and everything is going to be fine within a year. This right here is the burglary card. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean someone is going to steal from her, but I definitely do feel as though she needs to watch someone that's very close to her, because they don't have good intentions and they're kind of using her. Also, this kind of has to do with like someone stealing your peace of mind, someone kind of draining you of your energy, your time, you know, just kind of taking and taking and taking, and not ever really reciprocating that energy and, you know, effort back to you. So I feel like, you know, being assertive is definitely very important for her. She needs to, you know, I feel like she's been biting her tongue with certain people, and, you know, of course, for her, she's very fierce, but I feel like family are the only type of people that are really ever going to get over on her. And I'm not speaking negatively on her family. I just mean, as far as, you know, there's some family that, you know, kind of say, well, hey, I'm family, you know, I need you to help me and take care of me and stuff like that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but I feel like some of these family members or, you know, very close friends might not be taking what she is giving them and using it for what they need it for necessarily. And she just kind of, you know, she just kind of needs to put her foot down and, you know, stop, I don't know, I don't want to say enabling them, and I'm not saying anyone's on drugs, but I feel like, you know, she's kind of needing to show them some tough love for once. Overall, her situation will improve, and that has to do with her finances, her love life, her family situation, everything. I feel like this year is going to be really, really good for her. And right now, I'm just kind of being drawn to these 3 dolphins in the background, so I'm kind of feeling like March is going to be a really good month for her. Helpful people. This definitely reminds me of the Hierophant card that we pulled over here, that has to do with someone in a higher position helping and kind of taking you in a different direction, and like taking you under their wing and maybe helping you branch out, you know, expand her horizons. So letting go. I think we pulled that card over there, the surrender and release card. So that's just basically confirmation of that. And within the next few months, this has to do with, I feel like, her relationship and this engagement, and as well as her career. I feel like in the winter, probably late winter, early spring, we'll probably be seeing more musical projects from Nicki, and I feel like she's gonna surprise a lot of people with the things that she's gonna take on this year. I feel like we're gonna see a side of her that we kind of didn't even know was there. She's gonna really open up and show her true colors this year. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of looking through these cards to make sure I didn't forget anything. I don't think I did. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, I did do that one. Okay, so yeah, this concludes my reading for Nicki Minaj. I'm probably not gonna edit it, but I know that 2 of my children were fighting in the background, so you might have heard them. So if it is edited at all, then I was trying to reduce the noise. So I'm just learning. I'm trying to do my best. So thank you all for visiting my channel again. I'll be back soon. I think the next video I'm gonna upload is gonna be my reading for Tekashi 6ix9ine and my 2019 predictions for the United States as well as for the rest of the world. So everyone, I love you, be safe, and talk to you again soon.